Fucking right in the pussy.
Hey guys, what is going on? So, first off, I want to start by saying sorry I haven't been able to get a video up in a while. I haven't had a bike until about a week ago. As you can tell, Yamaha FZ6. It's a 2009, only has 3,100 miles on it, and I got a smoking deal on it. And I've been riding that around for a little bit, haven't been able to make a video. I've wanted to get comfortable on the bike before I start talking and riding with it. Overall, the bike is, it's amazing. This bike is awesome. I almost went with a, I almost went and got a ZX6R, but the bike that I was looking at was laid down, going about 40 miles an hour, and me and my uncle, because I'm up in Minnesota, me and my uncle were checking it out, and it just didn't look like a good bike. So we looked around, and he showed me this bike, and I was like, I don't know, I was looking at it, and I was kind of on edge about this bike at first because I wasn't a big fan of the body style at first. And then I started doing research on them, and how they're perfect, they're good, second or first bike, and I figured, you know what? The bike started to grow on me, So I went out, we checked it out once, looked at it. No, it's been dropped. The guy that we bought it from got on it in the parking lot to show off to his buddies, and he got on it, and his left foot slipped on some gravel, and the bike went down. No damage to the bike, a small little scratch on the engine casing on the left side, and I already got that fixed and taken care of. So this bike is superb. So that means the dual sport is gonna be gone. Jeez, this guy's going a little quick. So yes, the dual sport is being sold here in a few days. I'm having my parents sell it for me back in Arizona. But I loved that bike while I had it, and it was a good beginner bike, and I will miss it, but it's going to a good friend of mine. He's gonna buy it off me, so therefore I'll be able to see it whenever I want. Overall, this bike is awesome. I'm so glad I bought it. It's everyone was telling me get another dual sport, all my buddies and whatnot, and I was looking at some dual sports, but like here in this small town, if I have to go to the cities, which is an hour on this road, or if I had to go somewhere else, it wouldn't be smooth on the highway. So I figured I would get something that would best suit my needs, which is this bike. Let's see, really, okay. So that's that. I've been loving it up here in Minnesota, and I'm working, so that's good. So I'll be able to do upgrades to the bike. I'd like to do an exhaust at some point, but who knows. Nice little small town. There's a little river that runs all the way through. Well, it kind of ends right there, but... And yes, I have taken the bike on some corners, and it corners pretty good. Or excuse me, twisties. Does really well on the twisties. It's literally a flick of the wrist to get this thing to go where you want. Only thing is, at least this road is really rough. So I pretty much just drive through dodging potholes the whole time because it's kind of ridiculous. Coming this way is worse, but going this way is not too bad. If you're wondering why there's leaves and branches and everything all over the ground, we had a huge storm last night. Came through in the middle of watching TV with the friends I'm living with, and all of a sudden lightning, you know, all night. Ton of rain. We got like 2 inches, and it's a little humid, but when you're riding it's not bad at all. Jeez, why do people do that? This guy, I think up in this F250, has a loud exhaust on it, doesn't know when to shift, or his transmission is screwed. I'm not a fan of all this traffic, I'll tell you what. This is busy. Normally, there's like 3 people on this road at all times. In cars, you know. But, yeah, so let me go over some of the things the bike came with, okay? It came with an engine. Came with an engine guard the guy put on it after he accidentally dropped it in the parking lot. So that came with it. Came with a tank bag. It's a Ginny, I believe it's a Ginny tank bag, and it just clips on and it doesn't move or anything, so I use that to go get groceries and stuff. The guy put a aftermarket taillight on it so the signals are integrated, so that got rid of the big fender. But the problem is the license plate under my butt. It's not lit, number 1, and number 2, it's really hard to see. So when I get my new one in the mail, I'll show you how to install that, as well as my tank guard that's coming in the mail today. So yeah, that's what it came with. I really like the taillight. The taillight blinks. Ooh, it's a nice little Ninja 250. The tail, it's really cool. Another thing too is this bike. So I'm gonna give you some info on this bike. This is a FZ6, as I told you before, and this bike is the brother, or you could say sister, of the R6. This bike has the exact same engine, and has the exact same engine as the R6, just different gearing and different RPMs for the power band to kick in. So the power band kicks in at this one at like 6,000. I don't know what it is on the R6. It may be the same, but to my knowledge, they're different. So I figured, you know what, I don't know if I would want to get a crotch rocket. I was set on getting a ZX6R, as you guys know, that's all I talked about. Brought it up all the time, and when it came down to it, this bike is just so much more comfy to ride. This one has more of an upright position, as you saw in the little intro. It just has an upper fairing, there's no lower fairings, so if it does go down, you don't have to worry about any you don't have to worry about having to replace all that. So save you some dough. Man, I'm surprised how much traffic there is. It's never this busy. And as you know, I have gear on, actually. Got knee pads, elbow pads, shoulder pads, and a spine or back guard on my back, obviously. My uncle actually used to race motorcycles. I actually used to race crotch rockets on a track. So he has a bunch of hookups with friends that make custom gear. So he had a set of gear that he wasn't using, and he's let me use while I'm up here until his friend can make me some custom gear. This gear is top of the line. This gear is 900 denier, so basically I could go down and slide across the pavement going 100 and I'd be okay. Pretty awesome knowing that, you know, not that I'd never plan on doing that, but it's good to have it just in case. Why is there so much traffic? Oh my god. So that's the new bike. Hope you guys like her. My FC6. No, oh, I love it. It's compared to the dual sport that as you all know that I have, my DR125, this baby's a big upgrade. Dual disc brakes in the front, rear disc in the rear, obviously, and this baby stops on a dime and will move. And I can actually keep up with traffic. You guys remember when I would be riding around and I'd be riding around and cars would be passing me. Now I'm passing the cars. Oh, that was a little yogurt thing on the side of the road. These things confuse me. We don't have these back in Arizona. I'm always like, what the? I'm always like, what's that guy doing? Okay, 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 okay. Go this way. And I want to apologize for all the bugs on my bike. I actually waxed it a few days ago and I took it out. There's a road I'll do a video about. Bird! It's called Bear Lake Road. It's a big, there's motorcycles all over the road riding it and whatnot because it's so windy and so much fun and you really lean and oh, so fun. Let's see, I don't think this corner's tight enough to get any crazy stuff going on. Nope. But yeah, it's nice to actually be able to go 50. Top speed, I've gotten it to. Top speed on this bike's like 155, I believe. But the fastest I've ever gone is 85. She ain't even broke in yet. She only has 3,000 miles. The guy that I bought it from bought it brand new from a dealership. He rode it a little bit, and his plans were to do some touring with it, you know, go all over Minnesota and whatnot. And he's actually moving now, so he had to sell the bike along with a few other ones that he had, which sucks. But what are you gonna do? It's crazy up here. There's bikes all over. It's like 74, yeah, that's what it feels like. 74, 72, right around there. Bikes all over the place. It's awesome. There's not that many crotch rockets. I'm so surprised. Like that one that I just saw, that little Ninja 250, that was the only third or fourth one I've seen up here. And actually, I got a funny story for you guys. So as I just told you, my uncle used to race motorcycles. He used to race a Honda CBR 900RR in 1994. It was the first super bike to come out. And so he raced that bike, and that's a sick little lawnmower. He raced that bike, rode it around, you know, and then he got another bike, and he was riding through Minnesota on a highway, and he hit a deer. He hit a deer. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I was just riding the bike, you know, just cruising, and it was, you know, once the sun was starting to go down, and all he said he saw was the head of the deer turn, saw him, got up, jumped right out in front of him and hit him. And he hit the deer, went down obviously, bike was totaled, and the antler on the deer cut his right side, actually cut him like a knife. So he had to go get that all fixed. But this was a while back, this wasn't recently. But I was like, what? Because I'm always thinking like, how do you hit a deer? Like on a bike? And then he was like, you know, they just jump out. You don't even see them. And I was like, man, that's crazy. I never thought you could hit a deer on a motorcycle. But you can. It's so nice to have the acceleration. 6 speed, so that's nice. So I got that 6th gear to keep the RPMs somewhat lower. Oh, it's just beautiful. It's so green. If you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart, it's so freaking good. If you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart, it's so freaking good. I was watching Family Guy and that song. Oh! That song stuck in my head.
Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? It's so frickin' good. Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? If you haven't, then I think you should.
There's that Razor and that truck. They've been there for a while. I've been wanting to go and check them out, but I don't feel like it. Cause that's like an 800 EFI, it looks like. And then that one's a, oh, sorry. Gotta mess with this. What up, man? See, look at that. There's so many bikes out. It's because it's so nice in the summer. And that's why I got a steal on this bike, because you can't ride it in the winter. So they can't sell it for like what they would in Arizona, because it's not a year-round bike. It's only a summer bike, which is basically how I got it. If you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart, it's so friggin' good. If you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart, it's so frickin' good. I'm gonna try that because that sounds so good. Butter on a Pop-Tart, like, I don't know. I've never heard of it other than Family Guy doing that, but you know I'm gonna try it. And I will let you know tonight. There we go. Keep doing it up to the turn. This is just what I do. I don't really know how to ride a corner, but I feel like I'm doing it right. But I always go through and clean off my, I always go up and clean off my tires before I enter the turn. Get out of the way of that guy because the wind will blow me off the road. But yeah, it's just so green. Like, look at how beautiful that is. Like, you don't get that in Arizona. It's awesome. It's just so green. It's I love it. I don't know if I'd live up here though, because I'll tell you what, those winters would suck. Oh yeah, negative 15 below with a negative 40 wind chill. No, thank you. Okay, you tell me that that's not just beautiful. Like, rolling hills. It's cool. The one thing up here is that there's so much wildlife. It scares me going through like trees, like long stretches of trees, because I know there's got to be a deer or something in there, and that's the last thing I'd want to do. For one of those to jump out and me accidentally hit him. Look at that. That's awesome. Harley life. Probably gonna be turning around here in a little bit because I think that's all the turns there are. So I'm gonna need to find a road I can turn on. Ah, there's one right there. That's actually where I turned last time too. We'll flip a UE right here. This is like what the guy hit when he was selling this bike to me. Good. Alrighty, let's go. Alrighty, and then I think this is the last one, I believe. Oh. Fun little turn. Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? It's so friggin' good. So guys, that's gonna conclude today's video. I hope you enjoy and I hope you like my new bike. be sure to subscribe to be notified when I upload more videos, because I will be doing so very shortly. And don't forget to like this video, because if you don't, then that does nothing. And if you dislike it, don't dislike it. Just know that if you dislike it, the guy that disliked it rides on the back of a scooter with another man. So on that note, I'll see you guys later. Take it easy and have a good day. Cheers. What are you doing, you stupid idiot? Really?